Jodi's niece. Okay. So this is her crazy ass partner's niece.
Mm-hmm.
And validate these types of behaviors through dreams and visions. She would have these dreams that God came to her and told her that I had had an abortion. And so no matter what I said, I was a liar. And then and also she was convinced that every word that came out of my mouth was a lie. And that, gave her rationale to put duct tape on my mouth. And that's why I was always duct taped. Because
she was gonna kill those kids if that brave boy didn't escape.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
What I said was a lie, and that needed to be physically reiterated and to show that as a reminder that everything I say is a lie. So, and also people saw me duct taped. People saw that these things were going on. And other than the few people that went to Bishop and being like, hey, something's wrong.
At church?
No one did anything.
Yeah.
It's because I wasn't getting better. I was getting worse. Is that there was still sin in me that wasn't coming out, that I hadn't confessed yet. And she was so hyper fixated on me confessing sin. And she was convinced I was a sex addict. I was a drug addict. I'm trying to make you so physically uncomfortable that it forces the sin out. And so that's when she started. I had to sleep outside in the snow. That's when I was an office in Thanksgiving Point. There was a little side office closet.
It sounds like her partner was
serial killer.
Yeah, I mean the meeting of great minds. It sounds like Gitmo interrogation tactics. Down at the church, we like to interrogate our kids like it's Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, she sounds pretty disturbed, this lady.
So they probably met through church, then maybe. You were wondering how they met each other.
I saw people in the chat saying that this Jodi person was one of the kids' therapists.
Oh, yeah.
Just how they
Is she credentialed? Like a real therapist? Or like a therapist?
I have to guess probably not. Let's see.
She saw Jodi's niece duct taped mouth at church, and she said, "Hey."
She was at one point, but she had her license put on probation by the Utah Clinical Mental Health Counselor Licensing Board for 18 months back in 2012. There is a website that is just hername.com, jodihildebrandt.com. That I don't know who created this, but this seems to be a website for documenting all of her sins, essentially.
Is this from before all this came out? That would be interesting.
See, I have all this info on her.
Well, this is fantastic.
Arrest. Here's info, license on probation.
Wait, what did that say about P word? Porn therapy. Oh, she specialized in porn therapy?
Porn addiction therapist.
Holy shit,
for
man.
discussing a patient without permission with what do you know it? Mormon church leaders.
Religion is the greatest cover for sadistic freaks. They all flock to religion because you can get away with so much under the guise of being religious. No, but she saw her tactics at church and she was inspired. You know, I'm gonna be like her.
Room. It was like a little bit bigger than a closet, but it didn't have any windows. It had like a table, a chair, an actual closet, and that's about it. So that's where when I was pulled out of school and I started living with her full time, because she worked, I went with her to work, and that's where I stayed. And sometimes she would lock me in it, sometimes she wouldn't, but I was not allowed to leave. I ran away 3 times from her house. I went to a neighbor's. I went to the police, if this is fully true. But from what I understand, she's been diagnosed with many, many issues, including psychopathy. So
you don't say.
As far as I'm aware, she is a psychopath. Sunroom off her bedroom.
That's so sad. You know, the more you learn, it's like the police knew. Apparently, I read somewhere the police were called like 30 times to the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like they knew them.
Something was
up. And I mean, I'm confused about the whole child protective services because on one hand, I hear about kids being taken away from like fairly healthy houses where it was just, totally unnecessary and they're breaking up a family. And then you hear about things where they come to this house 30 times and these kids are literally calling the police for help. It's probably the church. I mean, all those police are Mormons. They're all part of the Mormon church. And they all cover for each other.
Mm-hmm. It's also just crazy to think that they were online for so long undetected. I was looking for some posts in the subreddit yesterday, and I found a post from 5 months ago saying content court on 8 passengers.
Really?
Uh-huh. And it had just like 15 upvotes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there wasn't much in the thread. But,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is.
On some people's radar for sure.
Wow. See, there was even people on YouTube who are like, I had never heard of them until this is just a picture that says Reddit. Nice. Anyway, it says content court, 8 passengers.
They kind of are getting content courted right now.
They're getting real courted.
For their content.
Bro.
Wow. Actually, you know what, though? Hearing all this, I do think that thankfully, because of that boy's bravery, he saved all their lives.
Oh, yeah.
This was going to end way worse if that brave little hero didn't escape. What a guy. Can you imagine? Fucking hero. Saved his siblings' lives. Anyway, you guys want to talk about Jimmy Fallon? Speaking of demons. So that's basically it, with the 8 passenger for now. And it's sad, But the weirdest part about this whole story is that they were the freaking family vlog channel. Like, it doesn't get more ironic. Mormonism is law in Utah, someone said. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, especially in Salt Lake City, everybody's Mormon. You don't get elected unless you're Mormon. They don't vote for you, right? Because there's so many. Did they live in Salt Lake City or like the outskirts of? So that probably did have something to do with it. Oh, Swoop apparently did a Ruby video a while ago, eh?
Yeah, like 8 months.
Oh.
It's really good. I definitely recommend it.
Really? Wow.
Swoop always, Swoop always does an incredible
Why
job.
didn't I never hear about them?
Yeah.
It's a shame I never heard. I am Rick. Jodi be like, I am rectangular.
I am rectangular. It's just a rectangle on a circle.
I just don't fit in.
That's all.
The Hildebrand website's been up since 2001. Wow.
What?
January 2001. So there are people that have been desperately trying to sound the alarm here. Okay. They're in, yeah. They had a mommy podcast. Like, guys, I don't even know how to process the irony of this. They had a mommy
I want a vape.
podcast together on YouTube. Wow. Fucking phenomenal, man.